Good morning, everybody. All right, everybody, what's up? What's up? All right, starting out the market today. Trade outside of D bands on Nasdaq already. Had core PCE today coming out. Catalyst pushing the market up. We traded up a little bit higher than I expected, and so sitting near the edge here. This came out as a 0.1 read. The month over month did. The year over year came in flat expectation of 3.9. Excluding energy and food prices, it's just showing it's price index. So things coming down, it's a pretty decent sign. At least the month over month is looking good. The year over year holding flat. In general, it's been trending down since about March of last year, give or take, since before the market pivoted lower.
With Monday.com.
Get the 4 minutes till market open, see if we can find a scalp or two in there. Small count challenge continues. We're up about 10% so far. Very good in the first week. I'm very picky though. Good morning, everybody. We get to smash that like button. Let's go. I might start turning my camera back on again. We actually deal with staring at my ugly mug in the morning. All right. And VIX is in decay. We're still sitting right about 17 in futures, which is well above 15. 1485 is triple B. So we're still gonna have choppy overshooting pivots. QQQ trading outside of DD bands makes the market already irrational out the door. So trading small if I do trade anything at all. We started at 5K this time. So it's 5K to 100K. This is the growth challenge this time. And I'm doing it all inside of Rocket Scooter. That's the cool part. How many trades have I taken so far? I've traded three of the five days. I wouldn't count Friday. Friday I was just double checking before I started the challenge that my account was connected and everything. And I shorted and covered real quick for like $7. But Monday was a trade, Tuesday, Wednesday was a sit out, Thursday was a trade. Consumer sentiment comes in at 10. Yep. Good call, good call. I'm looking for that to produce a dip to kind of jump in on. The Michigan numbers have kind of been a mover of the market. Really, when it comes to growing a small account, it's not waking up and you don't have to trade every day. You just trade when you have a good trade. That's the whole point. Yeah. All right, so look, we're already up near the upper limit of what I'd want to do today. So let's kind of see what we get on that end. Market opening resiliences are positive, which is great, as we are gapping up, which means half gap down here is already a support I'm looking to buy on. I don't know if I'm going to chase outside of the box because DD bands are right here, so that is my upper limit. I'd be willing to long from there, long from there. Let's see if I get liquidity maps looking okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, VIX has no actionability until 1375, which means we're going to be clean today with no volatility surprises. That looks good. All right, here we go. All right, let me just monthly hedge pressure done. Squish the chart. All right, so this is looking pretty interesting. This is a really strange. Okay, hedge pressure break downside. This is a tricky one. Market opens here. It wants to stay above here. We're close to DD bands. All right, so as long as resilience stays positive, DD's bullish ratio, I'd be more willing to grab some kind of small scalp from here. But God, it's like a limit, right? So we have 73. We're gonna have like 5 or 6 points to play with. I don't know if I like this. It's like there's very limited upside before we get irrational, and then we have bull zone support. So here all the pieces together show me bull zone of support here. Bull zone of support. We're likely to close up in here. We've got DD resistance, which is going to be there. It's a very tight trade today. As long as res is greater than 0, we're going to support there and there. However, that's a hedge break, and I don't want to buy. So there's really limited activity today right out the door. The question is, do I want to throw some micros at it at the bull zone? It's a bet that we stay above hedge pressure. Let's go ahead and do micros. Oops. F.US.MESC 23. It's like right on the edge of DD band. Like, do I want to touch it? I thought I'd turn off order confirmations. There we go. Just a quick scalp from here to DD band. That's it. I've got a decent R&R on this. I don't want to put a lot of risk on this at all. At all. It's very limited upside. But also, I expect it to not break hedge pressure either. Alright, I'm just gonna hang on this one. Chicago PMI and the Michigan numbers are going to be pushing the market further. So it's kind of like just kind of a wait and see game. See if that creates any steam. For today, SPY hedge pressure 431.5 is going to be a rocket point. We're either going to hit it and reject, or we're going to bounce off of it and go. It's fighting there right now. I wouldn't take any, I wouldn't take any stock in what's going on in the market until those events come out. It's going to need a catalyst to push it higher. If I were to take a guess today, I do think that we hold the fort here, though. 431 or higher is already close, so we'll see. Wait for those events. We have sloppy zones like Qs. Let's look it up really quick. I just literally grabbed 2 micros, nothing at bull zone. DD, bull zone micros. Let's add to it. I just want 3. As a matter of fact, the monthly maps look stronger for now. So we got strong monthly maps. Does everybody see that as of Friday? Yeah, Shiv, I think so. So Robert, what do I do in QQQ? Well, we're seeing a sentiment shift right now, right? Monthly maps are finally starting to stabilize in SPY. That's interesting to see, right? At least in the short term. This is new. This is very new. This is bullish for SPY, general bullish. So the market as of Friday has shifted lower. I'm sorry, as of yesterday has shifted lower. Monthly maps. This was going up the whole time. Now it's kind of showing support. So we're starting to see it like a kind of an inflection point here in the S&P, at least in the short term. And Qs, when you start to see choppy monthly maps like this, just not actionable. Do I treat the whole thing like an MR? I think I do. That it's generally bullish here and bearish here, and everything in here is just chop. So you're gonna have periods of just like choppiness. You have illiquidity pockets here and here. You have like stagnations here and here. So I particularly would treat it like you have movement from there to there because the illiquidity pocket. You know, maybe that. But in general, yeah, this whole thing is like mean reverting. But the liquidity map itself will change to appropriate what all the different pivots are. But we do know that in certain like in bull short up, BSUs always have bull zone support like that. So you can utilize that information. BSUs have those bull zone supports. So in moments like this, we can use the idea that there is an illiquidity pocket here. So there is a little bit of movement in there. But in general, for like the mouthfeel of the market, it's like not bullish, not bearish. Just mostly just, I treat it like a mean reversion. If I do scalp anything, it's really short plays, and that's it. Good way to think about it, yeah. It's not cleanly bullish or bearish. You're going to have periods of bullishness and bearishness in the middle. Very sloppy. You nailed it. Yeah, that's just what it is. Transitional. right, let's see. Yeah, the monthly map is looking solid here for the bigger. All right, so let's get back to our daily mode. Let's look at the Okay, we got a couple minutes until we get the. I'm just betting on bull zone support with R&R. As long as res stays positive, which it isn't, which I don't like. I want this to float up in here. So we're irrational markets, so the 10 rule is applying. We are above 10, below negative 10 rule. It's kind of floating close to 0, so we're going to let it do its thing there. Keep an eye out right up here. That's why I'm only trading something really small, just a couple micros, nothing big, nothing going to break the bank. We're going to wait for those events to come out. Ideally, I want resilience to jump positive to push us back to where our destiny should be. Destiny is that as long as markets are not irrational on other things. Now, again, Nasdaq did hit DD bands, so day is pretty much over anyways, is why I'm trading very, very small. If I were to tell everybody, Joey says, Matt, what should I do today? And I was like, I can't give financial advice, but they were like, come on, tell me really, what should I do? This is a sit out day if there was anything at all. You already hit DD bands, it's just sit out from the start kind of day. Nasdaq alone, DD band is already here. So it's already popped up and cleaned out that. So it's already day over. So the question is where we go from here is going to be random. So the idea is that when the S&P opens above hedge pressure, with all their signs being particularly rational, my bet is that we close above hedge pressure. The problem is we have DD band right on the edge here. So if I scalp it for maybe 10 or 15 points, I'd be lucky on that with a 10-point stop. With the resilience being negative, though, this is scaring me out of my trade already. So I'm getting that early warning sign that that's probably possible. And so I don't know what I'd want to do other than just take the loss, because I don't know if I'd want to trade that. Yeah, so obviously I'm very loosely committed to this. I just grabbed a couple micros. I keep my range a couple $100. Yeah, so we're bullish for a little bit, I think. And trading directly through Rocket Scooter Dash. Yeah, absolutely. I don't like this at all. We're just gonna need to see what the PMI does and what and the problem is that I don't know if we're gonna get this to be an event that pushes the market higher, like higher. Let's look at Russell while we're waiting. This isn't good right here. I'm gonna give it like a couple more minutes. PMI just came out. 44.1, 47.6. Pretty much a non-event, it seems like. Came out pretty good. It's the highest it's been. Oh, well, actually, that's not too terrible. It's the highest it's been in a year. It's the highest it's been in a year. That's pretty good. We have one more catalyst. I think the Michigan numbers will be a little more important today. This usually doesn't. PMI for Chicago is a small subset of purchasing managers. It is a good report, but it's not a national report. It's not a. It reflects kind of what's already known. It's not like a big catalyst like other reports are. It's kind of medium. I would expect it to be. It's reflecting something good, but I don't expect it to be a big mover. Yeah, I just jumped in at 3 micros at bull zone to support bull zone bottom, but resilience is starting to go against me, so I don't like it. I'm just betting that we pop up through here, but we'll see. I already think that the trade's a loss the minute I got into it and started losing resilience. So what I'm doing is just waiting on. I'm giving it just a pure 10 point 1-to-1. Here, and then when those Michigan numbers come out, from the start of the day, it's not a trade. It's not a good trading day, but I'm gonna just do something anyways, just to bet that we don't close above hedge pressure. But we have DD bands right in the horizon, so it's like. Yeah, I'm with Ali. The question is if I'm going to be a little bit of a maverick is to catch something here, but we don't have this right here to support that. But Nasdaq is starting to actually find highs, which I like. Nasdaq's actually, futures actually just broke the highs on Nasdaq. Wow. Nasdaq's going. Nasdaq's trading outside DD bands and going higher. Go Qs, baby. I might get lucky here. Nasdaq broke. X at 1540 right now. Breaking highs. Go Nasdaq. Let's take a look at some stocks in the Nasdaq. Let's look at our favorites here. Nvidia's a BSU looking cool. Okay. You see chips in general. All right, we just got a couple minutes, just waiting for 9 minutes. Michigan expectations coming through. Consumer sentiment on Michigan. Let's talk about that really quick. Like I said, I'm not. It's just the signals are very one's pointing up, one's pointing down. So it just means that we're kind of in the middle of a trade we're not so sure of. We're kind of near the top already. It's a low probability trade. So I have a very small position. I'm not going to be able to, not risking much. That's how you know if your confidence is low, you scale your position that. the numbers coming up pretty soon. $30, woohoo! All right, stakes are on me tonight, baby. You guys prefer SPY over Nasdaq because it's much cleaner and much easier to trade. Nasdaq is a less diversified index. Only newbie traders trade Nasdaq, to be honest. It moves faster. That's the same reason why people zero-day options. It moves faster. There's no reason to trade a less diversified index if you're trading index products. Nasdaq to me is a novelty that it's just a waste of time. It's not even, the bid and ask is not even clean. There's slippage at all times. It's one industry, you know, and it's highly sensitive to that. And the S&P is the diversified index that moves slower and actually reflects the state of the market. So it's harder to predict the Nasdaq as well. If you trade, I call it the spaz deck because it flops around a bunch. It's a lot harder to gauge, so I'm not a big fan of it. Everyone, I'm going to go ahead and post the Discord. Go ahead and join the Discord. We're going to do a special Zoom call today. If you guys want, join in there. We're going to have if you want, go in there and send our admins a message and we'll get you access to the Zoom call. We're going to do it right about noon today. $40, guys. Burgers and beers are on me. Get the numbers just come out. It's 9 o'clock. Let's see what we got. Hold on. All right, the 1-year inflation up 3.2. The 5-year up 1.1. Consumer expectations down. Sentiment up. Well, that's good. Back to where we started. I'm not really like a big fan of this setup. Resilience is still negative and we're at the top of the box. I might as well just flatten it. Nice green candle. I'm going to flatten. Just pop really quick. I'll take another $100. Call it a day. Whatever. Resilience is negative and not getting any movement off of it. I went ahead and closed out. That's a win, but small win. See, like when your confidence is low, just take something small. But hey, it's, you know, got to do what you got to do. DD bands are really close right here, so it's not even worth taking anyways. I think I'm going to wait and call it a day. It's $100 I didn't have already, but hey, whatever. I didn't. I stayed in the trade because when you commit to a trade, you commit to risk and reward no matter what. All that resilience scare me if I know I'm going to take a big loss, right? I'm committed to the trade that I know bull zone is going to hold. DD outranks resilience, okay? Number one. DD outranks resilience, outranks liquidity map. We always say that. Okay? So while resilience did show that from here there's resistance, DD showed that this support is stronger. Yeah, Waylon, I don't trade outside of here though. You're right. I think it might go up higher, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of profit. It's not a big. Oh, I'm about to do lightning round real quick. So that makes sense. Like once I committed to buying on DD, when resilience gets negative, I'm like, oh crap, I might lose, right? And there's an event coming out. Once the event happens, we push up to here. Now that we're here, and resilience is still negative, now I'm closing out for profit. You see the difference there, Sasha, JH? Small, not just because it was small, because I committed. I committed to the DD being the stronger of the two indicators. So I committed to this holding from here to here, and it was a little small scalp. And if we got to here and resilience was greater than 0, I'd be more willing to hold, like Waylon's talking about, like a cup and handle kind of move. I'd be willing to hold to at least press 2D band if we got that, showing that. But yeah. So it was one of those things that while there's competing signals, because there's competing signals, I traded small because we're irrational. I traded small. And it's a gamble because it's one pointing up, one pointing down. It's not necessarily all things pointing up. So it's more of a gamble than it is a, and also trading through a catalyst, more of a gamble than it is a science. So when I know I'm not trading with all things pointing the same direction, and I know I'm trading into an event, I just traded small. It was like 3 micros, nothing even big at all, right? But at least to do something, I was very confident that we'd move at least back to hedge pressure. And getting there, I was hoping resilience would, start to stabilize and go positive. But since that didn't happen, I closed out, and this could be the high of the day. Bull zone bottom, I always buy when DD's bullish as well. So that's always a good trade. Yeah, no problem. And so in the rankings are DD, resilience, liquidity map. So that is a possible move. That is a possible move. This one being stronger allows me to know that there's likely support there, but there's likely resistance from there, unless this gets better. Now that's good, that's bad, and that's good. Who wins the fight when S&P's down? We have the index divergence rule approaching. Like you have a big split between the two. One's up and one's down. What's going to happen? You're going to get a lot of volatility starting to come through here, so be careful. All right, they're going to make me do it lightning round. Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, and if you go up to the post at the top, I have posted a link where I'm actually streaming this live on YouTube as well. We're talking. If you guys want to see it while I do it, it's pretty fun to watch. Adam's going to throw me a bunch of random tickers. I'm going to make a trade plan, probably 5-10 seconds a piece. I'm going to load up a stock and tell you what I think about it. So you can watch along at the same time. Click that link up above. And it's also on the Rocket Scooter main site, main page. I'm ready to go. You are. All right, PLTR. Okay, so what we're just letting you guys know what we're doing is the liquidity map. So I'm going to completely run liquidity map, for this and showcase what I think is going to happen for that. 1 second. All right, let me make my chart bigger so we can just focus on that. All right, PLTR, we open as a bull long up. It's opening as a gap and go. I think that in reality, right out the door, I would along at 1612, which is where we opened at. It's really good. BLU is upward pressure, and if you support at the open, BLU is a trade to next resistance. It's probably go all the way up to 17 today. Next one. IWM. IWM, kind of like the other indices, are opening kind of near a peak. It's going to be hard to see some movement there. There's a rejection at 179. There really is no actionable long from here other than you can long between the open and close. About 177.5 downside on IWM today, I think, with 179 resistance on hedge pressure. So this is kind of a downward play with some support, but not long in this one. NVIDIA. Loading this guy up real quick. 1 second. NVIDIA's coming up with a bull long up. It's obviously a gap and go supporting at the open. Anytime you support at the open, there's always long on those gap and go kind of plays. There's always a good long setup to long to something. I'm going to load up the daily chart. So NVIDIA has hedge pressure support at 428.75. If the catalysts today from the events are going to dip us that low, I'd be willing to buy. And NVIDIA is still floating that gap up that came from May of 2023. So I think that NVIDIA is bottoming out here and starting to find some momentum to the upside. I think there's still some love for that stock, and I think that, you know, there's this old gap to fill at 470. I think on a swing play, it's going to try to attempt to make it there. And Nasdaq this morning in general is starting to trade higher, so it is hinting that there's still an appetite for these stocks. NVIDIA has just been strong bull long up, which is all signs pointing up liquidity maps for a long time now. So in general, the day trade is a little peaked out today, but I'd be willing to long this as low as 428 for the bigger run to 470 if I was still bullish NVIDIA. An IO? Okay, hold on a second. I usually don't touch stocks that are less than $10, but in general, and NEO always gets pretty good reads on liquidity maps. It's pretty good. It's a BLU similar to the rest of the stocks. All things are pointing up with an 850 hedge pressure support. It is fluxing through its gap, so it's a gap up and it's trying to fill the gap to the downside right now. A stock like this, I would let pull back. I wouldn't be day trading it. I would be willing to accumulate some long at 850 though at the bottom. A lot of these are the same setups. They've gapped up. They're holding in these really strong bullish liquidity maps. And I usually sit on them and I wait for the dips to buy if I get them. So it's just trading down in a bull zone, 850 support. You know. Okay, give me 1 second. 19 and I knew why you're gonna say that. Hedge pressure and monthly are at the same exact spot. 19 and a quarter. You gotta give that, call that the Adam move. When you have your hedge pressure and monthly hedge pressure, which is usually weekly and monthly options, they're two different numbers. When they sit on the same exact spot, that is a very actionable pivot, and it's gonna be really, really, really great from here. Obviously, it already got a pop off of that, and now it's returning to it. Looking at the rest of the market, kind of holding the fort here. It's hard to say what I would do, but I mean, it doesn't get any more actionable than this. You're either gonna get a really strong bounce in the next minute or two or not. It is a bull long up, so this is a play too long from that to some target. So obviously, I like what I see. It's a very tight stop on that guy, right at the halfway point. It has been trading down for a little bit for the last couple of weeks, but in general, you know, that particular setup is a very clean break. If it's wrong, it's very wrong, and if it's right, you'll know if you're right pretty quickly as well. So I mean, it's a long setup from there with a really tight stop because the hedge pressures are stacked. They're throwing tickers at me on spaces. Hold on 1 second. I'll do your monthly map in a little bit. Jesus saves. Yep. Microsoft. All right, let's go. Microsoft. Same as all the other stocks that are, you know, the tech, telecom. They're all looking pretty great. Microsoft has a similar look to Nvidia, right? So you get the BLU opening at a gap up, strong gap and go. I longed at the open for a nice quick momentum play as we supported the open right about 10 minutes at market open, after market open. So about 317 and 74 is the open price. And of course, it's everything in tech is just trying to trade up to retrace some of the loss we've had the last couple of weeks. Hedge pressure support 313.75. Trades like this, I like to, like, if I were thinking about it, I take it as a day trade mentality, but also a kind of a medium term mentality. I know Ashton would probably want to be like selling vertical put spreads below hedge pressure and BLUs at gap up. It's a great setup to do that. Betting that the market doesn't fall, you know, betting that just trickles up higher. So if I were to day trade this, just straight trading, I would long at the open on that breakthrough when we trade above the open price, and then I would scoop up at the bottom on hedge pressure 313.75, where I would long this a second time to build a greater position down towards there. I think that tech is just, it's showing that strength there, and that Nasdaq resilience showing that tech is, resilience is a gap fill predictor, and with you talking about why it's so high, all these tech stocks are going to not be filling their gap to the downside. It's a gap and go predictor. So you can see that all the tech stocks have just gapped up and they continue to go, while a lot of stocks in the S&P have gapped up and retraced. So who wins that fight, right? When Nasdaq is up and S&P is down, I usually err to the side of S&P usually always wins the fight because it's a more diversified index. So you'll get a broader view of the market. You know, there's more breadth to that index than Nasdaq. Nasdaq just being kind of like a novelty. Tech can't lift the S&P out of the hole forever. There are some bigger problems that we are seeing in the S&P today. So all of these stocks, when I'm saying, you know, these are like these long plays that would have taken at the open, I honestly, personally would see the S&P resilience being negative, and I probably would just get out of the trades pretty quickly, even if I did long. I wouldn't be betting that tech flies to the roof today. Because usually S&P is the horse that drives the cart of the two. As I'm talking, the ES is trading lower. Ooh, I love that place. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going there today, actually. All right, hold on. Ooh, perfect. 565 hedge pressure support BLU. That would have been a bounce play. It happened about 4 minutes ago. Actually, no, sorry. Wait, 40. I'm sorry. No, happened at about 9:45 this morning, so about 30 minutes ago. Right at bounce 565 long and bull long up, hedge pressure long. It's a pretty textbook play. I would have bought the dip. All right, you guys, they're just calling me to do stuff. Y'all want to throw some tickers up here? What do you got? GLD and silver. Let's take a look really quick. Ooh, seeing gold selling off is interesting for a more of a bull market setup, right? This is a BSU straight out the door. So you have hedge monthly. There's no actionability here. Rejection on BSU. So actionability from here, right? So nothing, like it's rejecting hedge pressure with nothing. I don't shorten markets like this. It's really hard to trade this one to the downside while it's rejecting. Like when you're opening in the middle like this, I just scoop it up on one of those two dips. And so this is not bullish anywhere but here or here with nothing in the middle. Hold on. Silver, similar boat. As of today, silver could have been a long entry point from here on the bull long up from earlier. Okay. CELH. Belong up bull zone support right here, 170. So if the open is support on BLUs, always. Anytime you gap up and trade above the open on BLU, I long. I long here, and I also long at bull zone. I also long at blue. So I can build a position each one of those places. Today I build a position there and there. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna talk on Spaces for a minute. All right, Jesus, what are you saying? Thoughts on SPY for next week? Ah, let's go. All right, sorry, no, I'm back. I'm just we were closing out the space. All right, let me read up SPY. Sorry about that, bud. Okay, let's look at the monthly map real quick. 1 second. All right, so for SPY going into next week, it's looking pretty solid. I'm not going to say that I'm really happy about it. Overall, it's just looking like you have waves of shorts still getting in the picture, right? The market's still looking more bearish and bullish, at least in the short term. Bull zone support, bear zone liquidation shows that next week we're more likely to revert to mean higher before possible lower, is my thought. Now, when we get here, the monthly map could change again, so higher could lead to more higher. We'll see as the weeks go by, but right now the market is less likely to go lower than higher, in my opinion. That's what I think. Yeah, I got you in Jesus. I'm sorry about that, bud. All right, just gonna sit here today. I think I'm gonna call it. It's pretty decent. I didn't make that much money. 80 bucks, something like that. Pretty decent. I think I'm up like. Let's see where I'm at. It's not showing all of today's gain. So the balance updates once a day. It doesn't update in real time. I realize. So I'm gonna put in a ticket and have that update after the trade is made. So I'm up about 54.50 give or take. So almost 10%, something like that. Which is good. Somewhere in there. Etsy and Amazon, yeah, no problem. You guys, make sure you join the Rocket Scooter family. Click over that Discord. We're gonna do a Zoom call today, which you guys can check it out. Like I say, just trading that account, just little by little, gonna get it up to the top. Gonna demonstrate trades every day if I can find some, and show you guys how I can just aggregate all our methods here into my super strategy to grow a small account. What's up? We got it. Etsy looking good. We'll do map. Hold on. Still, Etsy's starting to look pretty decent from here. Etsy's looking to pivot right around here. I do like what I see. Yeah, this is a good pivoting spot. As a bottom. I love this, actually. This is actually really nice. This is a rare opportunity to see monthly maps start to shape out this way at the bottom. Etsy looking to stabilize. Yeah, Amazon looks similar as well. I do like it. I like this a lot. I'm actually going to tweet this one. Is Etsy prime for a reversal? Clean. Amazon looking the same? So let's check it out. Are you guys? Amazon looking the same way. Amazon is looking pretty solid. I do like what I'm seeing in most of these tech stocks. Actually looking really good. All right, we're gonna call it today. I'm gonna back on out of here. I want you guys to head over to the Discord really quick. Make sure you join our Discord. Go down the description below the video. You'll see there's a link to join it. We're about to round off our 5,000th user account. We've only been open for a year at Rocket Scooter, which is great. It's good to see this growth in our group. We get bigger every single day. There's more people joining the ranks. We love it, and we're glad to see you come check out our platform. Go through the boot camp, learn all the tools, tricks, trading tricks we have. And of course, you can come to the Zoom calls every day where we go over some live education. We're actually do training. I do live training for all of our members. If you're a Pro Plus member, which means you have to upgrade outside of the trial. Once you join Pro Plus, you can come hang out every day, and we'll have little coaching sessions for all of you guys here. So thanks for tuning in. We're kind of doing a small account challenge, back resumed. Things are killing it. Doing okay, and hopefully you can see us grow it further as we get going with this new mode, trading futures and Rocket Scooter. I love it. It's so much fun. We'll see y'all in a little bit. Come on over, click that Zoom link, that Discord link, and we'll have the Zoom link for you there in the Discord.